All right, there's that, there's that, there's that. I'm going to put this over there. I'm going to go start the basketball game over here. I talk while we're live so I get this thing going.
Well, I went to the dentist today.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I tried to string. You know, there's always a couple of spots around here when we're going somewhere. There's always a couple of spots between here and there that is a is a complete dead zone and there's no cell signal.
That happens.
But I'm still surprised, you know, just how little data it's taking for me to send 720p video up to YouTube while driving down the road. Only on 4G.
It
Because
works.
my phone has no 5G, so I'm surprised at how little data it's taking to send that to YouTube because my phone keeps track of it in the settings. I can keep.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm struggling to remember how to get to the basketball game. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I think there was maybe one or two times it went dead, but I mean that happens. Between here and Indiana, I have dead zones. About the most dumbest thing I've ever seen, but it happens. Um, I was talking to my mom today, and it just dropped the call right away.
Yeah, my dad's brother don't have good service where he lives, and my grandma don't have good service where she lives. But just down the road from where she lives, if you drive just a little bit down the highway, not very far at all from where she lives, there's a cell tower right there. So when we're on the way about 5 minutes from her house, we go right under a cell tower, and right there you get full service, of course. But once you get down to her house, there's no. You get maybe one bar, maybe.
I was kind of shocked to see that. I figured this new 13 being 5G, I would never lose the signal, but it did.
Which that's part of the reason why I use Google Voice, because as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection on any device, on a computer, on a tablet, on a phone, as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection or hardwired Ethernet connection and a microphone, I microphone and speakers, I can always make a phone call.
Right, but if you're out in the middle of Arkansas and you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, then you're out of luck, just like I am.
No, I'm not, because actually the way Google Voice works is it forwards the phone. If somebody calls my number, if somebody calls my Google Voice number, which is my main number that I give everybody, it forwards to my actual cell phone number. It forwards to my cell phone using my normal cell phone number. So I can actually receive calls on that number anywhere I am as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection
Right.
or an Ethernet connection or even a cellular connection. Even if it's not a cellular data connection, because when somebody calls my Google Voice number, my actual cell phone rings just like it's any other call
Okay.
coming
Cool.
in.
All right.
So I don't. It'll say that it's your number will show up just like if you was actually calling my actual cell phone number.
And you'll get the call out in the middle of nowhere.
As long as I have cell phone service, it don't have to even. It doesn't even have. I don't even have to have good enough signal to be able to have any internet connection or anything. As long as I have a good enough connection, a good enough cellular connection to receive or make a call, I can receive a call on that number anywhere I am.
That's good. That's good because out here 13, 14 miles away, we lost the signal. I mean, it wasn't. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
long.
that's that's why I use that number, because it allows me to receive calls using the regular cellular network, just like any other number through AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile, and also to use that same number to call using Wi-Fi if a good cellular connection is not available.
Ken, you got an iPhone 13?
Go grab my phone while you got. Yeah, I do. I'll be right back. I got the iPhone 13 Pro Max that I'm going to go get.
And if something, because I'm on a government free phone plan, if something happens and something happens and they change my number all of a sudden on their end, I don't have to call everybody I know and give them my new number that the government, that my cell phone company changed it to. All I've got to do is log into my Google account, change that number, change to the new number they assigned me on my Google account, and then it will automatically forward all my calls from my Google Voice number to that new cell phone number. So it saves me having to give out a new number if something like that was to happen.
Alex trusts the government.
Also,
That's funny.
Yeah. So this isn't too bad. I was concerned how the lighting would look. It's all right for tonight. I'll get by.
if I get this job though, more than likely, I'll have to start paying my own cell phone bill. But the good news about that is because the parent company of the company that I use for cell service is TracFone. I have a TracFone SIM card in my phone that's an AT&T TracFone SIM card. So whenever I have to switch over from the government plan to an actual TracFone plan, I can go to the store or go online to TracFone.com and activate me on the regular TracFone plan, just like you would if you wanted to switch over to a pay-as-you-go. And I don't have to switch phones, I don't have to switch SIM cards or anything.
Hey, Alex.
I thought you weren't worried because you got Chris Garrett's credit card number.
Yes, Chris?
I wouldn't jump into I know you probably won't. I wouldn't jump into a contract right off. Make sure that job's going to work out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do what?
I said I wouldn't jump into no contract plan because you never know what might happen with that job.
No, the TracFone service is pay as you go. So if I have to pay for it, it'll be I can go to Walmart, get one of them cards, or go online to their website, and it'll be like I can spend this much money and get this many minutes and this much text and this much data for a one-time fee for like a year or 2 or 3 months or whatever. But I don't have, because the government company that I use is a child company of TracFone Wireless. I don't have to change any of my SIM card or my phone or what company's towers I'm talking on. I don't have to change any of that. I can keep the same SIM card, same phone. All I have to do is go online to the TracFone website, sign up for an account, and put in my information, give them my phone SIM card information or whatever, and then it'll be switched over from my free government service that I have now to a normal paid TracFone pay-as-you-go service.
Will they charge you a activation fee to do that?
Well, I don't know. I set up my Nana on a TracFone phone with the actual TracFone smartphone, and as far as I know, they didn't charge her. But since I did that, she has since got a new number and switched back to a flip phone because she never used the smartphone and couldn't figure out how to use it.
Yeah, they probably did. If she went back to a flip phone, they probably did charge activation to activate
But
that.
no, she's not on a pay as you go service anymore. She went back to a flip phone with the normal AT&T. She's
Yeah.
back
Right.
on normal AT&T, not through.
Yep. There's Darren. Wonder if are you off tomorrow, Darren?
No,
Apparently not.
no.
Must be his.
Oh, just popped in. See how you're doing.
Yeah, just got started.
I know that.
Trying to set up both the chat and the basketball game at the same time, and
So-
right now it's doing a little
Well,
bug.
that one, sir. Well, that's all right then.
Do what?
Oh, it's Black Boss saying hello.
Take your scarf off.
Oh, yes.
So my nana actually has to pay for 3 phones. She has to pay for her phone, my papa's phone, and their house phone because neither one of them can use because they don't have good service at her house. So she has to pay for 3 phones. She used to be on the cable company's phone service connection. But the problem with that is because it's ran through the cable modem, through the internet cable modem. If the power, it means 2 things. It's got 2 major problems. Number 1, I couldn't buy just any modem. I had to use their specific modem from the cable company, or go out and purchase that specific modem that had a telephone jack so it could hook up the phone. And secondly, if the power was ever to go out and it not have a battery backup attached to it, or the battery backup quit, she would lose phone. She would lose phone connection because she
Whose
don't
phone
have
do you pay
cell
for?
service.
That's clearly not a good selling point.
Whose phone
But
do
it
you
don't.
pay for?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what cable company you go to. Any cable company that offers phone service. They call it digital phone service now, not landline, because it's not a landline, because it's ran through the cable, through the internet. It's VoIP. So if the internet goes out or the power goes out, there goes your phone.
Well, in that situation, yeah, the power goes out here, I still have my phone.
Most cable companies are, they don't tell you that, but most of them are through internet anyway.
Of course, they don't tell you. My provider here at my house doesn't even expose what the upload speed is. They don't. If you go look at their plans on their website right now, they don't even tell you what the upload speed is. But my nana's the cable company that my nana uses, they do. They tell you what the upload speed is right there on their website. But not mine. Not my DSL. They don't.
Oh, Gary's here.
So you have to ask.
Both places I lived in town a couple of years ago, we lived one place and then lived another. I never had problems with Charter or Spectrum. It was called Charter Spectrum. But a lot of people did, but the apartments I lived in had new wiring. They were new apartments, both of them. So I think that's why I didn't have as much problem, because the wires were new.
Well, we used to have problems, a lot of problems here, but the one good thing that come out of COVID was the fact that it lit a fire under these internet providers' butts to where they will actually run the fiber and make the internet connections and the wires better. So we haven't had, so at least if you live in town, you won't have as much problems, and because of that, we haven't had any problems for a year. Last time somebody had to come out, it was because some animal chewed through the wire outside, which was their problem anyway.
Yeah, but do you actually have fiber optics running in your town already? Or are they just getting it installed?
I have fiber optic running in my town. Like they have those, like I don't know what you call them. They have those big boxes, those big nodes. I guess what they call them, big fiber optic boxes. There's one right by the church, and that's how come the church is able to get about the church is able to get symmetric because they got one of those big fiber exchange boxes right next to them.
Right. That's been around in that town for a while. Then they didn't just start it because of COVID. They may have turned it on because of COVID, but it's
well, that's what I mean. They increased my speed.
All cable companies
because
did
of COVID,
except for AT&T.
I talked to the guys yesterday. They're turning on the fiber optics.
No, we used to have one of our church members. One of the guys that used to go to church with us used to work for Windstream, used to work for our internet company, and so we got a lot of information. I got a lot of information about them. Actually, two of them did, but neither one of them go to church there anymore. So I got a lot of information from them two guys about, what was going on with our internet provider and all that.
Right.
They're actually the ones. He's actually the one that told us.
Oh, take a breath.
We had they had said that they would pay the church money or something to put the box and pour the concrete and put their fiber optic box or whatever, an easement or something, right there by the church, and it was discussed in business meeting, and so they did it, and that's where it is, and that's how the church is able to get such a good internet speed.
Our temple gets free internet, so that's true.
We don't get free internet. Our treasurer or secretary, the person that handles all the finances, just had to call, has recently been on the phone with the company with the internet company, because we was paying for too fast of internet speed for the amount of time we're there. So she actually had to call. So she actually had to call and get it turned down, and because it was turned up to like 200 up, 200 down, and they just didn't need it that fast, only being there Sunday morning and Sunday night, and Wednesday night, and so it got turned down, but it's still faster than what I have it here at my house. It's still 60 up, 60 down.
So why don't you get yours faster?
Do what?
Why don't you speed yours up?
Because of my location, I can't. They don't offer any faster.
Hey, how far away from your church do you live?
About 5 minutes or less.
They could do it if they wanted to.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I literally live right down the road from my church.
And they literally could run it to your house if they wanted to. And they literally could speed your internet up if they wanted to.
But guess what? I can almost guarantee you they're not going to.
When did you call and ask them?
Yeah, if you ask them to, they're not going to do it out of the kindness of their heart. When you call and say, I would like to increase my internet speed, and they're going to say, okay, this is what it's going to cost, then they're going to do it. They're not going to do it just to be nice guys.
And they're going to wake up and say, let's go do Alex's internet.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Anyway, they're wiring the fiber optic here, and I talked to the guys yesterday. He said it will not be hot in this city for at least 3 more months, because they're going to do the whole city, and then they'll turn it all on at one time. So
yeah, but that's just the home runs.
Yeah, that's just going to be the trial period, and I imagine by then we probably won't even be living in this house. So,
and we don't even have fiber to our. They have fiber running in this town, but it's not to my house. It's copper.
Does it run to your church though? Do they have fiber at the box by your church?
Yes.
Then you could have fiber at your house. You just have to call them and tell them you want fiber, and they'll run the line and charge you for it. They won't charge you for the line. They're going to charge you for the service. So, I mean,
they probably already have new rates if they're that close already.
Yeah. Probably already got the line run, truth be known.
If it's there, it's,
I live less than a mile from one of those boxes where it works all the telephones and all that. And I know that one of the boxes they said was for the Uverse. I'm pretty sure if they got the Uverse 25 down and the 3 up, I'm pretty sure they could go faster if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, I forget what mine was out in Vegas, but it was a whole lot faster than 25 and 3.
The guy at church, the guy that I used to go to church with, he told me that I'm not ran off that box, off that fiber exchange point by the church though. I'm ran off the according to him, I'm ran off the main their main where their main office is uptown.
Alex, they could switch you over if they wanted to, because that's what they've done for me before. They switched my line over to that new box.
If that box is that close, they can switch you over.
Easily. Yep. All it does is takes a few phone calls and just a little pressure. When I lived in California, I used to have horrible internet service until after about 15 phone calls, they finally came out and fixed the problem. And it happened to be 3 boxes away from where I live, but they fixed the problem.
I've had to see the man working on the box before, and I've had to ask him to do something before, and he did it. I calling the 800 number, didn't understand.
Yeah. No, they're limited on what they can do. I mean, and the office people aren't going. I like how I got this because I'm watching the game and almost keeping up with chat at the same time. Like obviously,
Either football or basketball or baseball.
basketball.
Did you tell I'm not into sports?
Yeah.
What's that machine behind Greg? I heard something about y'all talking about that last night, but I was like half awake and half asleep.
This is a different one.
Yep.
That's it right there. That's how far it is from my house to the church.
Well, you should be able to get it.
Yeah, well, that's my hope. You got it.
Two minutes, 0.8 miles.
Then you could get it with no problem.
Yep, you sure could.
Come to a gig
Whether
up and
or not
down.
you want to pay the extra charge to get it or not, that's.
But is my mom gonna want to pay it? No.
That's what I just said.
She's not. But if I get a job and I have to do remote work sometimes, and I'll probably, depending on how demanding that remote work is, I'll probably pay the bill myself, or I'll get them internet company to run a line in here just for me, so that my mom can still be paying for her internet and I can pay for my internet and have my internet off to myself.
How much is your internet there?
Our internet bill right now is about $90-some.
I wouldn't think they'd raise it that much. You might want to call them.
Is that with TV, Alex?
Is that everything?
No. We do have dish, but as far as I know, the internet is by itself. The internet is $90 a month.
$90 just for that?
For internet and phone, technically, because we're on DSL, but we don't have the phone even hooked up. The phone's cheap though. The phone's like $10. The phone's like $10 a month.
Call them.
Jeff is at the grocery store. Anybody need something?
Yeah.
I wait this afternoon. Thanks for asking now.
Way to go, Jeff.
Well, I may call them if I get a job, but right now it wouldn't do any good because my mom ain't gonna want to pay anymore. I do know that for a fact.
When we got our new phones, I got it 2 days before I think Ken got his phone. They saved us $70 a month, literally just $70. Call them up. Tell them they save $89 and you get 1 gig.
Who's your provider, Alex?
Windstream.
Oh, they're not even listed in Arkansas, in Sheridan, Arkansas.
Well, they are. They're the only internet provider other than like if you have like Verizon or T-Mobile or AT&T or HughesNet. They're the only real hardline, real cable DSL provider in this town.
The Spectrum is not in there.
Nope, that's it. Just DSL.
Is CenturyLink even still around?
Yes, it is. They've still got.
So,
They've still got.
you got 91% or 94% availability in Sheridan, Arkansas, so you might want to check them out. I wouldn't get HughesNet. That's satellite. CenturyLink is DSL. Spectrum is cable. They got 99% availability in your town.
No, they don't.
Okay, they don't.
Well, what you're looking at, maybe it's not just. It's probably including the surrounding areas like Benton, Little Rock. It's not just Sheridan. Because if there was anything, if there was any other company, we probably would have already been switched over to them long ago and wouldn't be stuck with the same company for the past 20 years. Because
I'll tell you one thing.
most people that have this service through this company hate this company, but that's because most of them probably live out in the boonies and can't get good service anyway because they live out in the middle of nowhere, not in the middle of town like I do.
I would be looking for something else if it was me. That's just me.
Well,
So,
I would,
Alex,
but there is nothing else.
Alex, do you have a phone?
Do I have a phone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Call them. Worst they can do is say no. They may even say yes. Cheaper prices and more speed.
Yep.
I will tell you, and ask Ken, prices on cable change every year.
And I can tell you maybe a little trick or two that if there is availability or a better deal, all you gotta do is say the magic word and they will work with you.
I'm going to satellite.
Then why did they all of a sudden upgrade my speed, and I didn't that time from 25 to 50, and I didn't even have to call and ask
Because
or
it can't go any
anything.
slower.
I think you
Alex,
answered that yourself because you said due to COVID they did that.
in other words, they can do it.
I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they did it. But I don't know that for 100% certainty.
Just call them up. They just don't say I quit. Just call them up. Worst that'll happen is they'll say nope, sorry, sir. Best will happen is they'll say we'll lower your rates $20 and give you faster internet.
Yeah, I mean, I got to figure out a way to do this. This is not working, so I'll just go check on the game from time to time.
Hey, Ken,
Yes,
did you get your realtor in today?
she's coming next week.
No.
We did talk to my brother, and Lauren and I sat down, had a real good, long, serious conversation. If we're still living here, depending on realtors' advice as far as what she thinks she can get, if we're still here in June, I'll be shocked. She can literally laterally transfer from her job that she works her little butt off now to a job where she won't have to do hardly anything, making the same pay rate starting out, if not a higher pay rate, because she's got 19 years experience. So
That's all.
Hey Gary, if I get upgraded, if I get upgraded again from 50, typically they double. I've heard that typically they double the internet speed when they upgrade you. So so if they upgrade me again, whether I call or not, the next time they upgrade me, whenever that is, would I probably go from 50 to 100 or 50 to 75?
I don't know. What'd you say the name of it was? Windshield or Windsock or Wind something?
Windstream.
Windstream.
That's close.
They advertise 1 gig in all of your area, so I don't know.
They advertise 1 gig, but on Facebook, if you look at the comments on any of their advertisements, it's people complaining out the wazoo that they can't get the 1 gig.
So you get 400. Oh my God, you go to 400 for 50. I wouldn't take it. I'd tell them no.
They don't even.
If they
But
offered
the
you to
people
drop
that are
$70
complaining don't even. The people that are complaining don't even get that. They're complaining because they live out in the middle of nowhere and they don't even get 25 or.
Yeah, but you're less than 1 mile away from 400 from fiber. My God, I can walk that for you with a cable.
They have old wires. They probably got old wires out there where they live out in the boonies.
Yeah, if they're too bold, they'll give them a new cable. They got a government break on that stuff right now.
I'm lucky to get what I get because I'm about like Alex. I can only get, unless I go satellite, which is satellite, you're not going to get no different really.
If I get satellite, that'll be the end of doing these live streams or even uploading recorded videos unless I go somewhere else and do it.
You're advertising you have a kinetic gig.
Yeah, I already looked. Yep.
Yep.
Call them and find out how far away you are from that and tell them that you need it.
What's your fees now, Alex? What are you paying for now?
Internet like $10. It's like $10 for the
fees.
$10 for the phone, and that's it.
Yeah, but what is your internet speed?
Anywhere from 50 to 60 down and 10 up.
Okay, is that what they advertise or is that what you get? What do they advertise?
That's what I get.
Okay, what do they advertise?
Well, all over Facebook they advertise a gig.
And you pay $90 a month, you said.
Yes. That may not be exact, but it's my mom's told me it's around 90 a month.
80.
But then don't they have fees? Don't they have put extra fees and stuff on top of that?
Taxes, but that's about it.
Some of them do.
What's your address?
Look on my website.
I don't have that in front of me either. That's why I asked what your address was.
Oh my God.
No, I don't have it bookmarked. Probably in my history.
No, I got it
somewhere.
here. I'll screen share and show you.
It's not going to help me, Alex. Either send it to me in a message or tell it to me. One or the other. Screen sharing is not going to help me. I'm not even watching Zoom right now. I'm on a different browser doing things in front of Zoom.
501 West Church Street, Sheridan, Arkansas, 72150.
Now I got to go Zoom because somebody wants in. Hold on. Who wanted in? Oh, Rick. All right.
I put in my GPS. I'm leaving now. I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay, one more time, Alex.
501
Yep.
West Church,
Yep.
Sheridan, Arkansas, 72150.
2150.
Birthday is over.
It was named after the Southern president, wasn't it? Or was that Davis?
Do what?
What's Sheridan named after?
I have no idea.
So speeds up to 25 megs is 50 a month. Speeds up to enhanced speed internet kinetic 1 plus modem and total source, whatever that is 60 a month.
Total Source is probably there. They've always offered like technical support and like McAfee antivirus protection, which I got my mom to quit paying for.
At the very least,
Long time ago.
Hey, Rick.
It's $27.
Back to that in a minute. Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Heard you come in just as I was trying to do something in another browser and then jumped over.
Yeah, I know. I kind of chimed in at the wrong time, but
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will ever chime in at the right time, so.
You send that motherboard back yet?
oh, Blackwatch, we've been through this 5 times already. I am keeping the board. I am getting a video card for it. I'm just keeping what I've got because I paid over $200 for it. And like my dad said, why send that all back? They're not going to give you a third of that money back. So why don't you just keep what you got and build what you got and figure it out?
So that graphics card you had wouldn't work with it?
It's old enough. I don't think it will.
Yeah. I took the one out of my old i7 and put it in the new build, and it recognized it, but I couldn't do anything with it, so it was pretty much a waste. Put it back in, and now that computer's sitting in there not doing anything.
Gary, send Rick a graphics card. Come on,
Send you one too.
get on Amazon.
A new one too. That's good. I like that. I'd take a used one. I mean, as long as it's functional and does what I need it to do.
Hey Ken, how many? I'm not watching the YouTube right now. How many people you got in your chat?
What the?
It shows that are 7 watching now. So somebody left. Chat actually has Jeff, Matthew Camp, Robert, Tony, and I believe some guy by the name of Jorge.
Who? Oh, okay.
The actual account, he's got some videos that look like they were done in Blender. Pretty interesting looking, actually. And Darren's in there as well, but I think Darren's over here with us too.
Settle down, Gary. That's with an H, not a W.
Huh? Put the W before the H.
So I'm streaming right now your Sheridan Kinetic deal, and you pay for a phone as well, right?
Right, but the phone's nothing. The phone's like $10 a month. It ain't even hooked up. It ain't even hooked up. We're not even using it.
Right, you still pay for it even though you're not using it. That's probably why your bill is $90 because up to 25
Because
minutes.
it is possible to have DSL without a phone. I think they call that dry DSL.
Yeah, I'll change that in a minute and go look at that in depth. All right, 2323. Oh, that's not good. Get back to what I'm doing here.
When I had Charter, we had no choice but to take a house phone. They wouldn't cut it off.
You want me to talk to him, Chris?
Don't have Charter no more. I live out in the country now.
That'd be nice. Got a pond on your property?
Well, my uncle's got a pond. It's not mine.
Can you fish in it for free?
I could if I wanted to. I never really fished though.
Could you borrow it for the weekend?
I could.
My Nana's cable company doesn't actually make you doesn't actually ask for your address to look up what speeds are available. They just put their speeds. They've got 4 speeds. I believe they've got 25. They got 50. They got 100, and they got 150. And I assume that if she needed it, which I know she won't, that even though she doesn't have cell phone service, she could upgrade to the 150 if she wanted.
If she doesn't have Windstream, she's got something else?
Yes.
She's not in the same town you're in?
No.
Okay. That explains that.
She's got cable links. She's got her internet through the cable company, Pine Bluff Cable TV, and they use a service called Cable Links Internet.
Be right back. I'm gonna turn the video off and take my meds. I ain't going nowhere. Just gotta take these 6 pills.
Hey, Rick, you want the usual beer?
Sure. That's probably would if I was still drinking, but I gave
Hi,
that up
Catherine,
many
you
years
caught me
ago.
at a bad time. I'm taking my evening meds, but I sent you the Zoom link if you want to join. It's good to see you in chat. And as soon as I get my meds taken, I'll Jello. Oh, that's a Filipino thing. Cool. I like that.
Well, that's
Did you send
Jello
it?
Pin Stout.
Did you send it to BH?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I did. I think I got it.
I think the mushroom and egg omelet got him.
Hmm.
Hmm.
well. I streamed
Those are
earlier
the
for
two big
almost.
ones. Ah, hate these bills.
I warned him about those mushrooms.
I streamed earlier for like an hour and 15 minutes after I got home from the doctor.
None of those two little things. These usually take me a minute to take. Be right back. Maybe.
Yeah, whenever I have to take pills, they take me a minute to take because I have a hard time swallowing them. Even though I can swallow everything else.
Oh no, Catherine, you're fine. That's actually a compliment. That's a Filipino thing. Jello. That's the current way they're saying hello. So that's a compliment. Don't feel bad at all. I appreciate it.
She didn't say sorry, did she?
Mm-hmm.
Catherine, we need to talk.
All right, meds are taken. So check my blood sugar here in 1 hour, 19 minutes. I am back.
So I got bad news today at the dentist.
You got a cavity.
No,
You got more than one cavity.
no, it's actually not about my teeth.
Your gums are bad.
He can't go there no more.
All right, what was the bad news?
They told me, yeah, they did tell me that they're seeing
The fuck was that?
starts of gingivitis or whatever it is called. So I have to. They told me to just make sure I'm flossing and brushing twice a
Are
day.
you all right?
Yeah, I'm
You
all right.
jumped off your chair, Alex. What happened?
You about jumped out of your chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all right. It's fine. They just told me I need to make sure I'm flossing and brushing twice a day, and of course, but the bad news is they told me I need to be looking for a new dentist.
Why?
Did they say why?
Huh?
Did they say why?
Yes, because for the past 28 years of my life, I've been going to Children's Hospital, and they recently had a policy change 3 or 4 months ago that says they're not taking anybody over the age of 26 because if something was to happen and with my teeth and they need to take me to the operating room or something, their anesthesiologist is not licensed for anybody over the age of 26. And so, and their population of kids has exploded or whatever. And so, for the longest time, they always said that, but we'll see you as long as you're alive. And they've said that pretty much my whole life, every time I go there, and until today.
Yeah,
And
until
because of
somebody
some
throws
stupid
a
policy.
change.
Because of some stupid policy change, I have to. The hygienist wanted me to come back in 4 months, but because of that policy change, I have to wait 6 months. Wait 6 months before I can go back because that's how long it'll take my insurance to get me over to a new provider.
Oh, that's funny. Mine's instant. My change from Mille Lacs Dentistry to up here in Brainerd. My insurance called me 10 minutes later, said, "Okay, you're insured for Brainerd, not Mille Lacs anymore."
Well, that's what they told me at the dentist office today. That
I'm sure it'll be quicker than that.
I would have to wait 6 months before I can go to my next appointment instead of before like they had originally said.
If you're on a normal schedule like I am with my dentist, your insurance knows what the intervals are, so they'll try to keep you close to it.
Yep. That's one of the things I'm worried about is whether or not I can transfer my VA benefits to Indiana, but I should be able to. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to.
Hey, Catherine.
Hello. Hi, Chris.
Jello.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Oh, no.
How are you tonight?
I'm fine.
Good, good.
Come sit over here, Catherine. I need the laughter. These guys are all humbug.
Hope we're picking on you. Bada bang.
Humbug, why?
Last morning game.
What did they do?
Bada bing.
He thinks we're picking on him.
Ken, who was that daughter last
Oh.
night?
And why do you find it funny to pick on Blackwatch?
I don't think anyone said it was funny. He said he thinks we're picking on him. Nobody's picking on him. Now, would we really pick on somebody?
Catherine.
Yes, yes.
Of course we would never pick on somebody. Never.
Him.
Yes, Gary.
No, I was
Yes.
just throwing out
But
names. we picked.
you're a bit misleading because you say never, but your head does another movement. Yes.
Didn't quite follow that one. Try that again.
I said you say never, but your head is nodding. Yes.
Don't have a hat.
No. I mean, no. I never. Never.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Rick, why do you have this stupid bridge on your back?
Oh, I lost a subscriber. Darn it.
Because a few people here were bugging me about it, so I decided, well, I might as well, but it's my background for Zoom, but.
Well, you said you wasn't. You said you wasn't able to before because you wasn't signed in.
Yeah, but getting RoboForm to talk to Zoom and Zoom to send its credentials back to RoboForm. Oh my God!
There's
But
the
I got
current
it to work
backdrop
tonight.
without- There's my
Tonight
current deal.
I had to fight with it a couple of times. It wouldn't accept the passcode, and then the third time I said, "You are going to take this damn thing."
Are you in a
You're
new
gonna
room,
swallow it."
Ken, or is that the same? Is that the same room?
Did you not watch parts 1 and 2? This is the same room. I just put the bed up in the corner back there, and I'm good with how that looks for now.
When was parts 1 and 2? Earlier today?
Yes.
Well, then no, I didn't watch them.
Oh, well, go
Yeah,
watch
I
it, go
think-
back, and we'll be all caught up.
Ken, I think
So-
part one's hidden.
Didn't you
What, Chris?
send Alex a copy of the memo?
I saw part two before I saw part one. I had to search for part one.
Yeah,
Was that a senior's moment, Rick?
I did it in order, part 1, and then after I pissed the VA off today. That was actually kind of fun.
You did what?
I pissed the VA off.
How'd you do that?
Well, every Thursday they get together. We got this weight management deal, and
Oh, no.
they read this dumb book to you, and they read it, and they go, well, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? So after about the 15th, how do you feel about that? I said, I'll tell you how I feel about that. I think it sucks. I'm never going to do that. Well, Ken, you really ought to give it a shot. I said, I'm never going to do that. I can tell you, I know how I am. This is not going to be beneficial to me. Me writing down how I feel at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right before I consume a meal, it's not going to help me lose weight. Eating less food, more exercise, maybe a little bit cutting back on the snacks. Wait, I don't snack now because I'm diabetic. It's just stupid. And there was one guy in there goes, yeah, I'm the same way. I thought, well, thanks for speaking up sooner. So I got in trouble. I was held after class and talked to. So guess who won't be there next week? Hey, it's just,
Maybe eating the healthy things, it helps too. You know, eating healthy things and eat half of the portion and stuff like that. Yes.
okay, hang on. I will read you what I said I will never do. Rethinking unhelpful thoughts. Step 1, recognize your unhelpful thought. What were you thinking or telling yourself? Thought number 1, thought number 2. Okay, that's not going to happen. Step 2, question your unhelpful thought. Is this a realistic thought? No, it's a daydream. I'm daydreaming. Ask yourself, is it helpful to think this way? Oh my gosh. Step 4, consider alternatives. What are the other ways of thinking about this? What are there other things that could be true? That's about all I could take after listening to the other 15 pages of this nonsense. And when she asked for opinions, boy, I put my foot in my mouth again.
Well, if they mean with it, you should choose between a chocolate bar and an apple, then you choose the apple, yes? So,
I don't eat anything sweet. I don't eat any fruits. I don't eat any chocolates. I don't eat any sugars. I do what I have to do for my diabetes. I'm losing weight. I'm down to 246. I can fit in some medium shirts I've got. Whatever I'm doing is working. And honestly, I don't see where writing it down is going to help. So
keep it up. Some people it can help, but you do not seem to be one of them. So
yeah.
Well, at least you're not like a guy that lives in my building. He's a half ton in weight.
Whoa.
He's like has he been on TLC on my 600-pound life yet?
I've seen it, but I've not been on it.
I'm talking about Rick's. I'm talking about Rick's stuff.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, he hasn't. I doubt he will. It's just a guy that lives here has an average life, but yeah, he's 500 some pounds. 503 is the last I heard. But he's tall. He's taller than me, so he don't look like he's 500 pounds. He looks like a toothpick, but when you put him on the scale, it goes up to about 502, 503.
That changed the lighting at all. I'm playing with my flashlights here. Yeah, a little bit. That's the only thing I've got to work out is how I'm going to set up the lighting. Now, I do like how this has turned out. I have more space. She's okay with the bed being like that, which really surprised me. I was actually going to lay it flat on the ground, not flat on the ground, but put it on its rails. But this works out really good.
So, what do y'all think Doug is going to be talking about this weekend on the live stream?
You mean him and Carrie? Oh, I don't know.
Hope so.
On his
hard to know what he probably doesn't know.
Well, I mean, he might know tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so he's only got one more day to figure it out.
Yeah, I doubt he's even thought of it. That's probably just a last minute thing, Alex. He probably doesn't even know until he sits down in that chair.
I will not be surprised if tomorrow when Carrie Holzman goes live, it's going to be the Carrie, the Mitch, and the Doug show. That would not surprise me at all.
Wait.
No, I don't have any.
So far from Arizona, I'm so confused.
Do what?
About Fresno, Arizona, Phoenix, where Carrie is. Is this far?
Probably 8-9 hour drive.
8-9 hours.
hours.
How many, Chris?
About 10 hours, because I checked it one time.
Oh,
Tim might be on there with him.
it just
10 hours.
it wouldn't shock me.
He's a bit. It wouldn't shock me either, but Doug is a busy guy with all his clients and business work he has to do and all the computer support stuff he does for people for free and the Zooms he does. So he may not have time to do it. It may be something that he's got to really, really schedule into his schedule.
Never mind being the air traffic controller for Fresno East. I mean, you know.
What's that, Rick? Diet Mountain Dew?
You what, Rick?
For his age, I'm surprised he's that busy. The man never sits down.
He's 29 years old.
No, I'm talking about what's his name?
Doug.
Betts. He's in his 70s, isn't he?
60s, I think.
63, I believe.
64 on the
He's
22nd.
got a few more years left.
Oh yeah, 64. Yeah.
He sits on the ball all day, Rick.
Well, yeah, but you're working your brain that hard or thinking all day long, man. I'm sure early in the evening he gets very tired.
I'll bet.
What's he going to do when he gets old?
Hey, at least
That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking. How much longer do you think he's going to do this at his age? 10 years? 2 years?
at least he's
I'm
still got a
glad he
head
is.
full of hair and hasn't gone bald yet.
Oh, quit talking
man.
about that.
Oh, he's scheduled to stand on his head for the next 6 lives, so we'll see how long the hair lasts.
He might be watching this.
He
Hi,
might,
Doug. Hi, Doug.
he might chime in and chat here in a minute. You never know. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
if he chimes in
watched
and-
in the past, so
If he chimes in and he says, yeah, speaking of that, yeah, he's been listening.
yeah, yeah. Or if he requests the Zoom credentials, I think I would be saying, "Oh, I gotta go." No, I don't know anything. It's just pure speculation.
Yes, last time he called me rude on his stream because I told him the truth.
Not exactly.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey,
Yes.
what kind?
Matthew brought green nail polish tonight. What do you think?
Horrid.
Uh,
What type of green is it?
I don't know,
I may-
Matthew. What green?
I maybe accept the green like Jaguar green, but no more than that. Green on fingernails, no. Black is already too.
Matthew, what shade of green?
Roma green.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah,
Is that a radio? What kind of radio is that in your background?
that's a U.S. Navy ANURT 23 high frequency transmitter.
Yeah, it looks like some type of transmitter. I need that. That's pretty neat. Are you a ham radio operator?
No,
Okay.
Good one. He likes roast beef.
At the bridge.
Matthew
It's
says
great.
olive green.
What kind? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go over to chat. Hey, Matthew, what's up? Olive. Olive oil?
Olive green.
Soylent Green.
should be OD green.
What do you think, Catherine? Olive green.
Hey, Catherine, how about Soylent Green?
If you combine it with some other greens to make it a camo, maybe.
We
That's
could
the
always
color. That's the color green of my wheelchair.
Is it gonna mesh with the
Green machine,
orange though? That's my question.
huh?
Is the green and orange gonna clash, or are they gonna mix together?
No, we got green and a shade of pink so far.
Yeah, I've heard that hot pink green screen's pretty popular right now.
Yeah, we were gonna do a green screen on her fingernails, weren't we, Matthew?
Scroll down.
Where's the dot when you need them?
I sent him an invitation. He
Uh,
might he may have had a bad day. Who knows? I'll finish this little project up tomorrow. It's just putting things in their order. I mean, I literally at 10 minutes to 1 sent Darren a message. I said, I need your help. And I tested the camera to make sure it was good.
Hey Ken, Can you explain
sir.
this to me? Even though when I messaged you last night on Facebook, you said you wasn't streaming, it still said on Zoom, that this meeting is locked. So apparently you ended the meeting, everybody left the meeting, and the room stayed locked. Because you must have had the meeting still locked when everybody left.
And right after you messaged me, I went in and nobody was in the meeting, so I probably was there for about 10 seconds. But yeah, once it's locked, the only person that can get back in is me. Nobody else.
Well, you messaged me and said you wasn't on there. Nobody was on there anymore, so I didn't think it was gonna go back in, so I didn't get back on.
That makes sense. I leave the Zoom. I don't know. Could be me.
But then I tried to get back into the link earlier or whatever. Get back into the same link and it said invalid link, so I knew it was dead then.
Are you leaving?
I muted myself. I'm gonna go grab another water, but the link right now is going to stay. Once it's over, it's over. That's a dead link. To either tonight or tomorrow will be the last night of that experiment. If we get no Zoom bombers tonight or tomorrow, then starting Saturday, that'll be a permanent link going forward.
What is that, Rick? A Diet Mountain Dew?
Diet? Hell, no. Just regular Mountain Dew. I don't drink diet. I'm not gonna get that NutraSweet crap in me. Or whatever they call it.
Aspartame?
Aspartame, yeah.
That's a glass of glycerin, isn't it, Rick?
Well, to me it is, because it don't work with me. I have diet, it gets halfway down the throat here, and I spit it right back out.
One time my dad accidentally didn't notice, was in the store, was in one of these convenience stores and didn't notice that he picked up he likes Dr. Pepper. He didn't notice that he picked up a Dr. Pepper Zero, took one drink of it, realized he made a mistake and brought it home. I took a drink of it, and I'm not that big a soda drinker, but man, that stuff was nasty.
So how long were you in the ER with your dad?
I wasn't.
Oh, it sounded pretty serious to me.
From having a Diet Dr. Pepper?
I mean, you went to the doctor and it went, you gotta go to the ER.
I don't drink soda very often, but if I do drink soda, I don't drink Diet. I just had a Mountain Dew yesterday at the interview, because literally all they had in the vending machine, they only had 6 choices. It was either they had like 3 energy drinks and Diet Coke, regular Coke, and Mountain Dew.
I know what I would have gone for.
Well, if you get the job, put in an employee suggestion right away.
But guess what? The cans, they had regular 12-ounce cans, and they was only $1. Well, today I went to the hospital and checked the vending machine prices, and for a 20-ounce bottle at the hospital, it's about $1.85.
$1?
$1.85.
Like making money.
Yeah, ours is getting close to that.
And at college it used to be $1.50, and it went up to $1.75.
Used to be a dime.
Well, gas used to be 25 cents, but those days are long gone. Yeah, I can remember when I'm not that old that I can remember when Coke drinks used to be a dime, but I can remember when Coke used to when a Coke machine used to only cost $1, and now it costs like anywhere from $1.50 to $3 or $4, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, I remember when these
What
20
are
ounces.
you complaining?
I remember Coke
be
was
happy.
50 cents.
Damn it. Just be happy with the prices in the USA.
I'm
Yes?
not complaining.
No.
I'm just.
Don't complain. Because if you
Oh,
go to
Catherine, here in
Switzerland,
the United States, we always complain about the prices because we want it lower and the prices keep going up.
That's right.
We never are happy with the prices in the United
Our
States.
preacher showed, not too long ago, our preacher had taken a picture. He showed us the gas prices between now and a year ago. And a year ago, when Trump was president, gas prices were like $1.60, $1.70 something, and ever since Biden became president, the price of gas has went up to like $3 and something, according to his picture that he had showed.
I think 307 tonight.
I think ours is 319.
I got it for $2.90. I went to town today just to fill up, and I got it for $2.90.
Nice.
So let me get this straight. The gas goes up when the president gets elected. Is that how it works down there?
No, it's a dumbass president got elected that's 80 years old, that don't know what he's doing, and we can't get rid of him for another 3 years until 2024. That's what it is.
Yeah, but I thought the whole point of being running for the president is being a dumbass.
What?
As far as I'm concerned, you guys haven't voted anything but a dumbass in your head. Jeez.
He cut off that pipeline. That's one
gives me
thing.
hope. I could be
Trump
president.
was a good president.
That would depend on who you ask.
really,
There are people that think Biden's a good president.
Alex has got stock in the
And
Russian
those people are
mafia.
absolutely out of their minds.
And there-
33%
when
approval
Trump was
rate.
president and people thought he was president, there were people that said those people are absolutely out of their minds. It's been that
Alex-
way, and it will always be that way.
Alex has got a point. You know, Trump
I
was
just
really
wonder,
good.
but
He spent most
the
of
point
his time on
is,
the golf course.
this guy that we've got in office now is 80 years old. I wonder how much longer he's going to last.
Oh, well, shoot the rest of us, Alex.
and each time you can ask yourself that with the Pope too. So, duh.
Good one. Come sit over here. We'll take pot shots at him, Catherine.
How does the U.S. BW? How does the U.S. president affect the rest of the world, like the U.K. and Canada, and not really, or a whole bunch?
Because you people let him talk.
I'm just saying, how much does the U.S. president affect Canada or the rest of the world?
How much do you think the president does, Alex?
How much? What stupid question is that?
You bet it.
Really? What do you think, Alex? How much does the president of a superpower affect the rest of the world? God. Man!
Sorry, I made you so mad.
Oh, I am.
Well, you fired
I
on
am
Prince Charles'
livid.
wife.
I am absolutely livid. Can you possibly think of a more stupid question? Huh?
He shit his pants seeing the Pope.
How does the United States affect the rest of the world? Let me see. Japan, 1940s. 2 bombs, hundreds of thousands dead.
45.
Well, 45, whatever.
You're
Is
in
that
the
enough,
ballpark.
Alex? You want more?
They have pigs. 62.
How much more do you want, Alex? That the United States affects the rest of the world.
Download.
Just let it go, Alex. Forget it.
I'm going to stay out of political debates.
I try.
I was asking what I thought was a legitimate question, but apparently it was the
It's a
stupidest question I could ask.
Exactly.
I don't know. Gary might have beat you on that one, actually, when he asked about his baseball batting upside the head. Jury's still out, though.
Well, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Bullshit. Most questions are stupid.
Well, there's one thing, Alex, the War of 1812. You guys got into Ottawa, burned down the Capitol. So we went down to Philadelphia and burned your White House down. So we're kind of even.
Here we go.
They don't teach that in school anymore at Black Watch.
I guess not.
Too old.
But hey, everybody won, right, Gary? Nobody lost.
My dad says they don't teach any history anymore in school like they used to.
If they did, it would be racist.
Because
Well, in about 15
everything's
years
got to
they
be
would.
politically correct now.
Well, Catherine, let's talk about my nail polish and change subjects.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Let's talk about Black Watch's nail polish.
Yep.
Yeah, please,
Put nail
please.
polish on. You're all laughing. I have clear nail polish. I get it at the when I get my hair cut.
That's the one thing Biden doesn't affect, the color of my nail polish.
And Rick, I have something against this bridge because this bridge is stupid, it's dangerous, and it caused me an accident which cost me about 1,000 Swiss francs for replacement parts for my wheelchair.
What bridge? What bridge, Catherine?
The
Virtual background that Rick's got on his.
Yes.
Oh,
That stupid bridge in San Francisco, I hate it.
Well, I can't make anybody happy because if I don't have one, people bitch. If I do have one, people bitch, so I can't win.
No, I just want.
That's how I joined the club, Rick. That's how I feel a lot of the time.
Just go for a double Mountain Dew, Rick, and let the world go by.
I had a doctor today ask me what I thought about something. I said, doesn't bother me. I'm a leg man. Ken might understand that more than some of you.
You know what you should have done?
Don't drag me in this conversation. I plead the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, Seventh Amendment, and the Eighth Amendment.
And 11th.
So Jeff just said he'll join us after dinner.
Who said that, Jeff?
Yeah.
You know what you should have done with the VA 10? You say, step number 10, I'm going to ask Blackwatch what he thinks of step 1 to 9, and I'll let you know.
They kick him out of the VA.
Oops.
So do you have a VA in Canada?
I don't know, probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have something like this.
I'm with you, Ken. You're doing just fine. Keep it up, bud.
Ken, do you know how to get? I noticed today when you chatted on my live stream that I saw it pop up and it went away. Do you know? Is there a way that you can keep
Tap
the
the
chat
message
messages
button,
up
hit
on the?
Yeah, tap the button, tap the message icon, and hit live chat, and it'll stay.
Not for me, it didn't. I did that, and it didn't stay for me. It went away. I had to tap the screen or something to get it to come back on.
Alex, did you get a copyright strike for your last video?
What do you mean?
Well, Sam was singing his heart out, and it was copyright material.
Oh, you mean the video today?
Yes, sir.
Not that I know of. Give me
well,
1 second. I'll go over here and I'll check right now. I didn't even think about that.
There goes your channel, bud. You blew it.
I didn't even think about that. He was playing, and to top it all off, he's a horrible singer. I hate to say it, but he cannot sing.
Oh, you broke my heart. I was
You
in
don't
his
hate to
band.
say it. You love saying it.
I,
Yeah,
oh, I do not know what to do.
So are you getting in karaoke night then, Alex, when we have karaoke night? You can start us off.
If I did get a copyright claim, would it show up already? Would it already be there?
Could be.
Or does it take them a minute to?
I have another question, Alex.
Right now, under notifications, when I go in studio, under restrictions, it says none.
Oh, he believed me.
Catherine, what is your question? You have the floor.
The video about your job interview.
Yeah.
Why did you put that up? It should not be up. They may not want it to be on YouTube, if you know what I mean.
It's not. It's literally me just driving to. It's literally me just in the car filming, going down the road, and pulling up in the parking lot there, and then shutting it off. It's not actually the actual real interview. I didn't record anything inside. It's all just me driving down the road, just to basically just to test out how the live streaming will go. Using my mobile data connection to see how much data it will use and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not film the interview, and I would not film the interview.
I did. You want a copy of it?
So that's the reason why I put it out. Catherine, because it's just us driving to the interview. Just like today's that I did was just us driving to the.
Yeah, but the building in the thumbnail, that's their building.
Right. You use that as a thumbnail, I believe.
Yes, I did. Should I change it?
Yeah, please change it. They may not want it there.
What should I change it to?
Walking my cat.
I don't know. You in space.
M. Lazar sings. There you go. Change it to that.
Oh, copyright strike.
Oh wait, no, that's a bad one. Don't go to that one.
You in the car. What's the problem?
Yeah, that'll work.
How about Sam crucifies Pokemon?
Yeah,
No, don't take Sam. Take yourself.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny again.
What? Where? Why?
Kind of miss those days when we had people in here pretending to be me with the South Park Kenny. Oh, those were the good old days.
Were they old or were they good?
They could have been old and good. Depends on how you look at it. Somebody change the subject so I can get this background going. This is starting to bother me. Oh, look, it's plant-based nail polish.
Yes.
There you go. I seen something today in the grocery store, and I don't remember what it was, but it said plant-based, whatever it was, and it wasn't meat. It was something else.
Some kind of meat. Chicken?
No, it wasn't a meat product. It was something else. No pun intended. It could have been a vegetable for all I know, but it wasn't. But when I seen it, I was like, how do they make that plant-based? So I don't know. We seem to be going to everything's plant. Pretty soon, this stream is going to be plant-based. We just don't know it.
Plant-based stream.
So how many people in here remember the movie Soylent Green?
I just said it, didn't I?
Charlton Heston.
Edgar D. Robinson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Frankie Valley.
Yeah.
Just wondered.
I remember Deer Hunter. Does that count too?
No.
No.
De Niro?
Deer Hunter.
Yeah, wasn't De Niro in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, all the deer hunters are in Gary's backyard.
That is true.
Illegally.
Did that too.
Did you write a permission slip, Gary?
Nope. No.
How many are wearing Robin Hood outfits?
I don't know.
The heck? do not like this. I'm looking at the latest map for the snowfall they're predicting for tomorrow night and Saturday.
Maybe you just want to stay at home and inside, Ken.
I gotta take her to work. That doesn't bother me a bit. I just don't like snow. Ooh, I'm not gonna look at that very much longer.
We don't want it, so don't send it up here.
It's headed south, actually.
Okay.
It's coming out of the north, and it's got a southward track. Chris, better get your snow shovel ready.
Put the rubber boots on Max.
I won't go nowhere.
What?
I said I won't be going anywhere.
Ooh, boy, it's getting cold on Saturday.
Temperature wise, we're going to be good for. I watched the weather earlier tonight, and they said almost 100% different what this one here is showing now, but this just came out, so it may have shifted again. Who knows?
Okay, Catherine, I changed it.
Somebody said I'm buffering. Is the YouTube stream buffering?
Mine's not, but I don't know about.
Yeah, mine's not either right now, but it looks like the lag increased a little bit.
Well, mine is only set on normal. I haven't changed mine to ultra low.
Right. And mine's on ultra low, so it should be about 5 seconds, no more than that. Not a big deal. I need to just watch the stream and not keep playing around trying to find things. So I'm going to change this back to something else.
Let's take the snows on Minnesota. Might get Kentucky though. Ooh. Wonderful.
Ken,
Yes.
right now that storm is like up in North Dakota and it's like moving southeast.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Okay, I'll go back to it, Chris. I didn't really want to, but I will. I gotta get closer. Yeah, it's up in Bismarck and what? I guess that would be South North Dakota, Iowa. Yeah,
Most
Iowa.
of it's in Canada.
Springfield. Yeah, if that thing tracks the way they show it, we're gonna get some snow. Big snow. Oh, do I gotta go find a dog barking soundbite now?
Nax, set it down, Nax. Gary, get your mat then.
That's not mad.
I don't think that's Gary's. Gary's is a little lower.
Yeah.
No, it sucks here. They're stupid. They always bark.
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. Just sit down. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Nothing I can do about it.
They're not my dogs. They're outside.
Hi, Tom.
I said hi to Tom a while back over in the chat.
Hey, Robert.
He's at work. He can't really do anything on the stream.
Oh, good. The finger too. The finger too.
I'm gonna call him up for 911 right now.
Hello, 911. How can we help you?
If I look the local number up, we'll give him a call on the local line. Wait, he can hear us. Never mind. No, Robert, that's not going to be us calling.
Does he want me to call him? 911.
Can you spell that?
119.
Got it.
The sheriff I listened to on the scanner that they hadn't said nothing all night long.
Here it's not IAA.
What now?
He has to spell it. I said, you sure it's not IAA?
It's IIP. Or IIQ. How's that?
Yeah.
I get the II. I have to figure out what the Q is, but sure, sounds good. I don't want to think tonight. I want this just to be a night I can sit here and not have to think. I had to think today. I had to plan this out and only had to move one desk 3 times and one table twice. Pretty good.
Yes, but now it's better, is it?
Oh gosh, yes. I think once I get this all ironed out and get, like I said, the lighting situation worked out and the camera situation.
And the green screen.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. But I figured out the camera is going to go in between the two monitors, because that way, right now I'm looking at where the camera is going to go. If I put the camera right there, then I can see both screens and the camera at the same time. And that'll work out really good, I think. We will see.
Yes, try. Maybe you have to try it out first to know exactly what is best and how it works best.
Oh, it'll take some experimenting for sure. I mean, if I sit here and look straight at this monitor and the camera, I can't see anything on to my left where the streaming is at. If I bring the streaming over here, I mean, I could do that. I could actually grab this tab and bring it over here, but then the stream, the YouTube stream, is going to be of the YouTube stream. And eventually it'll start doing what it's doing now, which is mirroring, and I still don't understand that. So I can't do that. So I'm gonna put this back over there. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Oh, it looks like I lost it. Great. Up there it is. Oh, it's still over there. Oh, it's up here. Oh, here, who shall we hide? Let's see if what that does, but that doesn't do me any good. I'll quit playing around. I'll put it over there.
So who's the robot?
Do I?
Who's the robot?
Yeah, I like the robot. Kind of interesting. I don't know why I got that. Somebody was talking about something reminding me of robots.
But I just don't remember which one it is.
I like the one from was it the Geico commercial or the Progressive commercial where he's sitting there and goes, does this look like a 5? Oh, give me a break. And then the guy goes, coffee order for Rob Ott or Robe Ott. And he fries it. Got a very warped sense of humor for sure. So Tom, how are you doing tonight? Tom K is in the chat room.
I'm gonna be back in a minute.
Start the clock now. And the way I've got this set up, I can actually get a third monitor should I ever figure out the need to have a third monitor, and get a graphics card, and I can put it over here to my right, and then I'll be set. But I don't really see the need for that. This is fine the way that it is. Pretty happy.
Ken, then you'll want
compromise. Do what, Rick?
I said, then you'll want a fourth monitor.
And my hearing is getting worse and worse. One more time, please.
He's got a sports monitor. They're all on sports.
If you get a third monitor, you're gonna want a fourth.
Well, a third monitor tonight would help out. I could put the game over on it, but then that would strictly be this. You know, it's working out pretty good. I got it. I just switched the tabs every now and then. 48, 43, second half just started. So this plan is working quite well. But I just bounce back and forth, check the score every now and then. No need for the third monitor yet that I can think of. And I don't think I'll ever have the soundboards and things like Dr. Rob does. A, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to use them. 2, I don't want to learn how to use them. So
Best basketball you got down there is the Globetrotters.
yeah, they're fun to watch.
They're a real hoot.
Yeah, they are. Used to be. I don't know how they are anymore. I think they, like everything else during that time frame, have kind of phased out. I think they're still around, but I don't know much about them.
No, not like it used to be.
Oh gosh, no. Meadowlark Lemon.
Yeah, really. The bald fella too.
Yeah, the little bald dude. I can't think of his name. Wasn't Tiny Archibald. He played for the Knicks.
Globetrotters were good.
What was his name? No, what was it? Curly?
Curly or something, yeah. He used to go with Meadowlark a lot, didn't he? Like played off the center or something.
Yeah, they were the two main characters. They had some talent on that team. They could have, if they played legitimate basketball, they probably could have contended and played. Tony says Curly, yes. They could have contended for some titles, I believe, in the NBA and at the time the ABA when it was around.
Ken,
Yes, sir.
I went to a Georgia basketball game a few years ago, and I was in the danger zone. You know what that is? That's the front row right on court side.
Yeah.
The ball kept going over. I don't want to be that close.
I've seen several IU games in person. I couldn't afford to go to them now. I would like to, but it's not a big deal. Moved to Indiana, who knows? That may change. Just like the other night when the championship was being played there in Indianapolis, I couldn't have afforded the tickets. It'd been nice to go, but I couldn't even afford the nosebleed tickets to that.
Yeah, it'd be too cold to tailgate. It'd been too cold to go and tailgate.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. They were really good. The behind the back basket, that was cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching them. They clearly put a show on, which I believe that was the intent.
And the bucket of water into the stands. And
Yeah, that was always a good one.
Yeah.
You go to a Georgia game, you got more people. You got about as many people out in the parking lot tailgating than you do in the stadium.
51-49. Apparently, Iowa came back in 2.5 minutes.
So I know Dr. Rob is not on here, but one thing he does that I don't understand is you've got the audio mixer in OBS, so I can have the game audio when I'm doing my games. I can have the game audio. I can have my voice, and I can have a person's voice in Zoom coming over my Bluetooth headset. I don't understand what he was saying the other day when we were talking about it. And he said he uses another program and brings it into OBS. I don't understand what the point of using that other program is, because you can turn up and down the audio levels of different audio sources in OBS.
How many audio sources do you show in your OBS?
Right now, for the thing I'm on, when I'm streaming my screen my desktop screen like I am now, it's two. It's the desktop audio, your audio, the Zoom's audio, and my microphone. When I'm streaming a game, it's 3 because it's the game audio, my audio, and the person in Zoom's audio.
Why don't you make an appointment with the doctor and ask him?
I was just wondering if any of y'all, if y'all
You know
can
there's a new version of OBS coming out. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't got a pop-up asking me to update or anything. Usually, but every once in a while, I'll go up to the help menu and click on check for updates. And right now, it says there's currently no new version available.
Well, no, it's in beta mode right now. It's coming out. And I watched a 45-minute video on it this morning before I tore everything down. The guy that did the video advised not to get it for at least 6 months after it gets released.
Did anybody?
Oh, God, speaking of that, my brother calls me today. You up? Oddly enough, I was. It was like 8:30 in the morning. I said, yep. He goes, I need you to call me. So this doesn't sound too promising, right? So I call him and go, what's up? He goes, something's wrong with my computer. I go, what do you mean something's wrong with your computer? He goes, my icons are gone. Oh, right click, desktop view, bring back the, no, you don't understand. I said, you still have TeamViewer? He goes, yeah. I said, start TeamViewer. Now already through my head, based on what he's told me, you know what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
He fires up TeamViewer. I go, oh, you got Windows 11. He goes, how the hell did I get Windows 11? I said,
That's one thing I can't get through my mom's head about whenever I start talking to her about these jobs and stuff. And like today, I had to fix her phone today because she uses DuckDuck. She has the DuckDuckGo app on her phone, and she has the DuckDuckGo app set as her default browser. Well, the some apps like to open up your browser, and when that happens, when other apps open up your browser, it don't play well with DuckDuckGo. So I had to switch her default browser to Chrome because she had a telehealth appointment today, and her doctor's app that we use was expecting expecting the phone to open up Chrome instead of DuckDuckGo, so you could press allow microphone and camera so they could have their little video conversation. So I had to figure out why it wasn't working, and came to the conclusion it was her default browser setting on her phone, and once I changed it, it worked. But I had to actually be able to see the phone, and that's something whenever she's having an issue, or whenever I talk to her about these remote jobs, these technical support jobs that I'm applying for or that I'm interviewing for, her response is you're going to have to be able to talk them through on the phone the issue. Go here for step 1, this is step 2, step 3, and my response is always the same. My response is, most of the time, if it's a difficult issue, if it's a difficult issue or an issue at all, but the technician on the other end of the phone is going to say, open up your web browser, download whatever software, go to whatever website, and let me connect.
No, that won't happen like that.
And
No,
she
it won't.
she doesn't agree with that.
I don't either. You'll never have a client calling you and tell them to go to a website in a business.
Ken, would you mind finishing your story? I'm interested.
I got Windows 11, and I goofed around with it just a little bit, and I clearly am getting Windows 11 in 2027.
Could you back out with the recovery?
Now we're going to do it when I go over to see him. We're gonna put
What
the-
do-
The files are still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
And
did.
there's-
For 10 days.
Oh, is it a 10-day window?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Guess I'll do it Monday when I go visit then.
You should get checked when it went through, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Probably today. He's not on his computer very often, so I would say it was today.
Gary, I don't understand what you're saying, because the few times I've called technical support myself, they've asked me to download whatever piece of software for them to remote in.
I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but at a company, people are not allowed to go to websites at the company and download software, period.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because you want everybody to have the same software. And what if I download Chrome when you meant Windows Edge? Or you say, well, I'm Linda, joking, but no, Windows Edge doesn't work, get Chrome. You want everybody to have the same system, unless they need to have something particular by their boss. Seriously.
I know that's what I had. Every computer we set up at the college was the same. Had the same software on it.
And were they allowed to go to a website and get their own program?
Do what?
Hold on. I'm eating dinner. Were they allowed to go to a website and
What do you
get their own
got?
program?
What do you got?
No.
What do you got? You got any side dishes? Shove one over here.
It's pizza,
Well,
Oh, jeez.
What
Oh,
kind
right.
of pizza?
fish.
Pepperoni.
Ooh, anchovies. Never mind.
You got
Enjoy.
anchovies? You got anchovies? I got dibs. Get out of the way.
It's fish. White fish.
Fish. What are you doing with
Oh,
fish?
funny you should mention that, because in part of the discussion today was, oh, we can buy a farm and get a pond and I can grow milkfish. And I said, oh, no, you can't grow that in the United States. She bought it, so might become a milkfish farmer.
Milkfish. How do you milk a fish?
Yeah. Thank you, Blackwatch. That was my straight line.
Uh-oh, I know. Don't tell me.
Put the little stand next to him and
Row your boat gently
Yep.
down the stream.
Yep. I don't know.
I was talking. I know they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to download software because they want everybody to have the same software. But what I meant was, if I'm working at a company and somebody calls me and needs technical support, I'm probably gonna at some point ask to connect to their computer through whatever software our company uses.
What if the guy says no? You
then
can't.
he can get in trouble. But he may actually do stuff that he can't legally let the HIPAA laws.
Yeah, Alex, you were to do that here in my county, you'd be finding yourself in court about twice a week. They really do not allow that in this county.
Yeah, but we let Alex play around in VMs all day long.
You want to work on a computer, you walk into the office, win the set of keys, and you work on it physically. You do not work on them remotely, which is a problem for me because the city just shut us down because of COVID. So I'm kind of sitting on idle until they said maybe the end of February.
Really? That far out?
Yeah, they're thinking maybe March 1st.
Jeez.
They're gonna take the chains off of me and let me.
Speaking of remote work, that's one question I did not ask at the job interview.
Well,
that I probably
job-
need to email them and ask them. And I want to ask them if I'm ever sick or have a doctor's appointment and I'm out of the office for whatever reason, if there's anything I would be able to log in and do remotely.
Hey, Rick, doesn't Mountain Dew make you immune to all this? You know?
I wish.
You just drink Mountain Dew and you can do whatever you want.
I
Trump
thought that was
said
Red
that.
Bull.
Trump said that. Drink lots of Mountain Dew, you got no problem, boy.
That was Red Bull.
Oh, maybe it was too. Wait a minute.
Well,
Never mind.
The only problem with Mountain Dew is eventually I'm going to lose all my teeth. My dentist has already warned me. He said, if you don't quit, I'm taking your teeth one by one and removing them.
Jeff is playing around with his unusable user account again.
Is that what it is? Okay, that connected right away, so that's good. Now if I X that out, that's still connected.
He's on his old machine. It's 2 updates backwards. So he's got your Zoom link from 2 years ago now.
2 years ago.
Oh, here we go again. Now, why is it frozen? I go through this every doggone night. Why does that freeze? I'm trying to switch over to the phone.
Oh, you tried this the other night and had the same problem.
Yeah, and I don't remember how I fixed it. I really don't. There, I'm back on the camera.
Jeff has a request.
Oh. Jeff has a request. Okay, I'm not even.
Yeah.
Just click on the green button. Okay. Jeff, you're not. I'll resend it, but that link is a good link. I sent it tonight, but I will resend it right now. Let me click on this button.
And that's the other thing I usually have to do twice is with that passcode. I put it in the first time and it says invalid. And I say, no, it's not. And I tried a second or third time it always works.
Just resend it to you, Jeff. You should be good. I think that's, if I remember right, I figured this out, that the problem lies over here In all places.
No, Jeff, it didn't go out on Facebook. It's in an email. That was yesterday, Jeff. Get with it.
Yeah, if you got it from Messenger, that's a dead link. Check your email. Or would you like oh yeah, hang on. I got you.
Jeff is
remember
having
now,
a
we had to-
strange moment.
Yeah, we had to send it in Messenger because I'm taking care of you. Having a senior citizen moment.
You old boys, I don't know. You just day to day.
Day to day.
Yeah, you guys are
I'm about minute to minute anymore.
Is that why they call you the Minutemen?
There you go, Jeff.
Thank you.
And it's in your email.
Now lock the meeting.
Yeah, really. Can't get in. Says meeting is locked. I guess it says the meeting is locked. I've not tested it out.
Well, Jeff's a good
Let me know if it
candidate.
says anything else. I'm trying to figure out this camera deal again real quick. It's kind of driving me up a wall.
How about Tom K? Why doesn't he come in?
Don't know. I think he said one time why he did.
There's Tom now. Yes. Can we help you?
What confused me is that I got that message on Messenger just like half an hour ago.
Really? The dead link when you got it just a half hour ago?
Yeah.
Mark was out.
I thought my notifications were slow.
Mark was out for an extended dinner, so he didn't get around to it. Speak, Jeff.
There, finally.
Hi, Jeff.
Good evening.
I'll be good.
Finally got my email going on the old computer today. Took 3 hours to get Thunderbird working.
Why?
Well, I found all of the right URLs and all that, but what they don't tell you right up front is that the password you need for Thunderbird is not the same one as you log in with on the web. You have to log in on the web, go to their security tab, and make an app password that you can put into Thunderbird or any other email app, Outlook, or whatever that you might end up using. And the
Yes,
same was
Thunderbird
true.
has a master password.
What's that?
Thunderbird has a master password, yes. And
Well,
should
it has
be-
to have a separate password from the one you log in with on the web. It's called an app
Yes.
password.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Mhm.
And it had been so long since I set up Thunderbird, I didn't remember that. And they also changed the URLs of the servers in the interim. Even though the old ones were working, they wouldn't work now when I tried to set them up again. So
No,
Just
Ken, you
a
did
little
not
comedy
see
of
it
error.
earlier today.
what's that?
I was responding to a message Ken
Oh.
Ken sent me.
Yep. So
How are you, Jeff?
anyway,
today?
but that's done now. So now I can put it on my new computer too. And then I've got to get set up so I can move email back and forth between the two. I got a system to do it, but you have to be very meticulous about it. If you screw up, you'll lose emails.
Why don't you just remote from the new one to the old one?
Which email do you have? The Gmail or which one?
I have Outlook.com as my primary one. I still get a few
Oh,
things
okay.
on Yahoo.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't touch Gmail personally, but that's just me.
I don't use my Yahoo account, but like my accounts that I've had for a while, like mainly my Facebook account, is really the only account that I use often that is still on Yahoo.
I've gotten most of my stuff off Yahoo. There are one or two things that only show up once in a blue moon that use the Yahoo email address. I really don't care for Yahoo anymore, but that's the way it goes.
My Yahoo has probably got like 6,000 plus messages in it. I don't even bother looking
Well,
at it.
I delete a bunch all the time. Most of what I get in Yahoo now is spam. When I had the paid Yahoo account, they filtered out most of that. Once I quit paying for it, they quit filtering.
The reason why my Yahoo account has so many messages is because when I was younger, Yahoo was my first ever email. And so when I was younger, I signed up for a lot of like cooking recipes and different things like that. Just signed up on a whole bunch of, and that's because my Yahoo email address still gets all that. And that's the reason why it has a bunch of junk I don't care for. Only a couple of sites that I use on a regular basis still use my Yahoo, like my TeamViewer account and my Facebook account.
Every time I find something still on Yahoo that I really want to keep, I go in and redo the login ID to my Outlook account. I'm trying to get to where I get rid of all of them. I have one high school friend who insists on sending me emails at my Yahoo account, even though I have asked her time and again to switch to the Outlook one.
Want me to have a word with her?
Yahoo!
Yeah, I remember I used to use Yahoo Messenger a long time ago.
There was another one I had before Yahoo, whose name escapes me at the moment in my old age.
Yeah, I used to go when I was younger. I used to go by the name when I was a kid. I used to go by the name Alex Bonner because I didn't want to put my real house name out there.
Who? I remember Yahoo Messenger and Yahoo chat rooms.
I used to use Yahoo Messenger, but it never did work very good.
Yeah, when I used Yahoo Messenger, it was on Windows XP. Because I was given an old Windows XP. My mom had a friend that was a truck driver, and he was a very heavy smoker, and he had very heavily modified a copy of Windows XP Home Edition so that when it came up, like where it normally would say Windows XP Home Edition or Professional, instead of saying Windows XP, it said Alex Edition, and it had a picture of SpongeBob on the main loading screen instead of, and he had made it to where it played the SpongeBob part of the SpongeBob theme, the start of the SpongeBob theme when it started up, and when it shut down, it played the end. And he put a lot of like cookbooks and stuff like that on there.
There was a way to do that on all operating systems, probably. XP and 98, you could do that too.
Well, that's what he did on that machine, and it quit working one day. I don't know what caused it, but it blue screened, and I got rid of it, and then and knowing what I know now, I could have no doubt fixed it, but I never did, of course, because at the time I didn't know what I know now.
The drone phone.
Not Windows 98, the boot screen, all it was a bitmap, and all you could do is go in and edit the bitmap, or either put a new one there,
I didn't know that. So it was just a normal. The Windows 98 boot screen was a normal picture file, and you just.
No, you could change it if you wanted to. You can change all of them. There's one of Carrie's shows that now I can't remember who he is. The guy that builds computers. Carrie bought one of his computers. He changed his boot logo to his business.
Remus.
Remus, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Remus, he's here in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yes,
he changed
Actually,
his
Henderson.
he changed his boot logo. Instead of it saying Windows 10 or whatever, it says Remus on it. I thought that was kind of neat.
I thought that was a splash screen, but it
No, splash screen, whatever. I forget which one it was, but yeah, before the operating starts up.
Took me a minute, but I finally got the iPhone to work. I think once I get the tripod set up right where that's at my level right here, that'll work out good, because now I can literally see all three things with very little movement.
Did you get the tripod from for the
Not yet.
now?
Not yet.
Oh,
I will.
Once you get the tripod set up right, you can make those risque movies there too.
Well, I've got tripods to do that with, but can't get any participants.
Oh, that would be my problem.
Don't worry, I'll blur your face out.
I don't know if it'll work. One thing I'm thinking about doing is getting a new Raspberry Pi, making a NAS server out of it.
What
So I
about
can
Cherry
store my email for both of the desktops in the same place. So I don't have to do this back and forth junk. I have a system that moves the Thunderbird email files back and forth between computers, but it requires meticulous attention to detail.
Is that like the PST file or whatever it's called in Outlook?
Well, with Thunderbird, the majority of them were stored as ASCII text files, which is why I like Thunderbird. But there's a whole pot full of files you got to move back and forth in between computers, and that they aren't stored in the same place on any two given computers. Every time you install Thunderbird on a machine and set up a new email account, it just makes up a random name for the profile directory. It's under app data, which is a hidden directory down a few levels. And so you have to set it up so that it'll copy files onto the hard drive and then restore them correctly on another computer. And I have done this in the past, but between one desktop and a laptop when I used to do travel some. But you got to not accidentally log in on the wrong one.
If you're using Outlook, Outlook email, and you could just log in using the built-in Windows Mail app on both computers.
no.
I'm not going to use the mail app. I wouldn't.
Jeff,
You
I
couldn't
thought
pay
you
me
were-
enough to use it.
Alex, don't get Catherine started again on that.
I'm not trying to.
Today you're asking for it.
Get
But,
him, sick him, Catherine, sick him. Get him.
Yeah, I
I
would.
picked
I would. He can be
Thunderbird
glad he's
because
not
it
in
was,
the same room with me.
He's
picked-
after your goat, Catherine. He's after your goat.
I went to Thunderbird because it has the capability of storing a lot of plain ASCII text emails just as a text file. Now there's headers and stuff you got to wade through if you look at it, but you can read a lot of old archived emails just with an editor of some type.
I thought they put him out as XML or HTML in the old Thunderbird. That's what I did.
Oh,
Well, you
there-
can set Thunderbird up if you want to do HTML. Well, if you want to send either HTML or just plain text emails.
That's what I like. That's
And
plain text, yes.
when years ago when I was working, there was an email program called Pine that would run on Unix or Linux systems at that time. and it was compatible with email files. That there was another one that ran on the PC in the DOS days that I can't remember now. And Thunderbird incorporated some of the aspects of that PC-based mail system in the last few years, because the other one was done by, God, I can't think of the name.
How many Raspberry Pis you got? You got one over at Gary's work you haven't cleaned up.
Well, I have an old one that Gary wants, which I'm going to send to him if I can find the right box. I want to get a 4 and try to do the NAS server with, if I ever
Yes,
get that far.
If you get the 4, get the 8 gigabyte
Yeah.
RAM one.
I have a Raspberry Pi 3 I had hooked up I had set it up as a DNS server at school to basically be at college to basically be used as an ad blocker. So what would happen is the machines would contact the Active Directory DNS server, and the Active Directory server would forward the DNS request to the Raspberry Pi, which would then block all the ads, and then it would get forwarded to the router and to the internet.
You still there, Gary?
Just listening.
Well, there's the confessions. You got Jeff and Alex nailed to the wall. They do Raspberry Pis. There you go.
Well, I have a 3 that I just piddled with a very tiny bit. It's almost new old stock, you might say. If I can find it, I'm going to send it to Gary.
I wonder if his grandkids visit Jeff in prison.
Right now, I don't have it running. It's not plugged in, but I had actually installed the WordPress so I could mess around with our website stuff. So I had actually installed the WordPress on the Raspberry Pi so I could mess around with the website stuff and not actually be messing around with the real production website.
Did you get the latest WordPress?
Right, yes, I do. I do have the latest WordPress on our actual website. I think it's like 5. That's one thing it'll do automatically. WordPress will automatically install the latest. I think it's like 5.8.2.
Yeah, well, the problem is I read today that there was a big hole in one of them, and they just released the thing like last week. Even the Windows version.
Well, I have the WordPress updates itself, but I still have to manually go in and update the actual Ubuntu server system myself, which that don't take any time at all.
And is the ball game over?
Last I checked, we were down 5. Now we're down 1. Iowa's actually favored to win the game, so I'm not going to be shocked if they win.
So Ken, has the realtor offered you the big bucks yet?
Coming out next week.
Oh, next week.
You know,
So what's the hole in WordPress, Gary? Like a big security flaw or something?
That's what they said. It said it's a 0-day flaw. I don't know. I just, there's a whole list of them that's supposed to be coming out. Microsoft isn't WordPress, I know that. But Microsoft had 6 0 days that they fixed. And they listed a whole bunch of other people that had problems, other companies.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought tonight's stream was dedicated to help Ken with his interior decorating. What are we doing?
My Windows updates didn't amount to much. Now, maybe there were several 0 days fixed inside a single update.
Yeah, that's what I read.
But on the new machine, it took like 2 minutes and it was done. There wasn't much to it.
So,
In
real
terms
quick,
of time.
Rick, are you expected to get any of the snow they're predicting that's going to happen over the weekend? Am I muted?
Yeah.
No.
Rick, are you going to get any of the heavy snow they're predicting?
I hope not. I think most of it's gonna go around us.
Gary, you got a Tesla?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, and that's Plaid.
Did you read, BH sent me a thing about that teenager hacker?
Yeah, Yes, I have read that.
So your car's spinning around in circles instead of driving straight now, right?
You can do that with Fords too.
Scary,
I
right?
hope you don't get any, Rick. They're predicting 12 inches up in that.
Yeah, I think that's further up north than what we are.
You guys can have it.
Yeah, it'll make the snowmobilers happy.
Yeah,
I
well,
know 3 years ago, we didn't see too many snowmobiles because we had a lot of more grass than we had snow. The last last 2 years, we've just, I don't know, been getting a lot of snow.
Did you hear about that, Ken?
what's that?
A teenager hacked into Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Seen that last week.
Is
Hey,
that the one where he was doing the Bitcoin stuff, or just hacked into it to screw things up?
Donuts.
Oh, donuts? Okay.
Making the cars go round and round.
What they used to call shitties in the 80s. Which I used to do with my four-wheeler a lot.
Snow. You're going to get it. I'm not. It's coming your way. It's going to you and Chris and Matthew.
Now, where are you again, Rick?
Brainerd, Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay. Near the Twin Cities or close?
Now we're north of there. We're an hour and a half north of St. Cloud.
Okay.
So if you can find St. Cloud, Minnesota, just follow the road
Okay.
up northward, kind of. You'll eventually see Brainerd.
Okay.
So
Under all the snowdrifts.
Yeah.
Rick, all your sodas are mini. Are there any sodas that are maxi out there?
Hey, Gary.
Anybody heard of a YouTuber called Adelaide
Yes, sir.
Williams?
As of now, I have WordPress. It says the current version is 5.8.3, and that's what I have.
Yeah, but do you have any nice nail polish, Alex?
No, I do not.
Something will
Oh,
happen.
geez, there you go. There's a horizon to expand. Catherine will help you. She helped me.
Is that enjoyment or punishment?
I don't know. Well, the green will match your wheelchair, so there you go. Rocket green.
I've got a Raspberry Pi question for somebody.
I use fresh raspberries when I make my pie, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
Ice cream on top.
Yep.
Right. Ice cream.
Does anybody know if
Ice
there's
cream.
still a version of Windows that runs on them? There used to be.
I have actually was reading that and no.
There is, you can run special
Windows for
Windows.
IoT used to be available for it.
You can run special Windows on Raspberry Pi, but I usually run the Raspi or the Ubuntu.
Here,
Yeah, I was thinking about doing Ubuntu.
Gary, do you like your ice cream Frenched?
No, actually, I like it with heavy bean.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that wasn't even a joke.
I thought you liked French vanilla.
No.
I
Oh,
don't
come
know.
on. What a crowd. You
I
guys
go
are.
for the expensive crap. I go for the Haagen-Dazs. Most people in my area in this town cannot afford.
We're talking about ice cream now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I like drumsticks, like the ones with the peanuts on top. And if we just gonna get regular ice cream, we like Bluebell around here. My favorite flavor is the pecan pralines and cream.
The what?
Pecan pralines and cream.
What the hell are pralines?
Pralines are candied pecans.
They're little nuts, you nut. Don't you know that?
I like pecans, and cream then?
No, you guys would have
It's
to educate me
it's
on that.
got
I don't know
it's
anything.
it's vanilla ice cream swirled with caramel sauce and candied pecans.
What kind of
Forget it,
support
Alex.
people want?
Forget it, Alex. These people are about as cultured
Pecans.
as flounder on yesterday.
I know the ever ongoing pecan versus pecan
Yeah. Well,
debate.
pecans are just poor people's walnuts.
Yeah, pecan is the pronunciation I've seen the gal who's a professional chef use on a PBS show, which surprised me.
Was that Julia Childs?
Hmm?
Julia Childs?
No, this is a gal that runs a restaurant someplace in North Carolina's. She had a cooking show on PBS for a number of years about her experiences starting this restaurant in some little place in North Carolina where she grew up. In my old age, I can't remember the exact name. Oh, it's called A Chef's Life. It's on PBS.
Who let the air out tonight? He's about as flat as a
What?
Coke bottle in the windstorm.
All right, I'm gone. I'm just gonna be muted. I probably won't exit. He'll just exit when everybody else exits. So
No, you can't go, Chris. You can't go. You gotta stay.
I'll stay, but I won't be saying anything.
No, you can't go. You're not listening.
In about a half hour, we'll wake you up.
We locked the meeting. You can't go.
I'll turn the volume down.
Work with me, Chris. Work with me. This crowd's bad.
Got a tough crowd tonight.
They're always a tough crowd. This was a baseball game. My batting average would be about 0.0003.
So, Ken, are you supposed to get the S word there?
We're on YouTube still.
Depends on which newscast you watch and which time of the day you watch the newscast. But yeah, we're predicted 1 to 3 inches now.
All right.
And they seem pretty confident in that tonight. But looking at the one I just looked at, that's gonna maybe I have to watch it at 11 and see if it's changed or not. Because
Ken, just look outside the window. It's the best.
Oh,
well, it's not supposed to hit till late tomorrow night anyway, so I'm clearly not going to worry about it till then. If it starts snowing, then it snows, and if it doesn't, then that's fine too.
Doesn't? Yes, exactly.
I know when it was 47 degrees again today, boy, it was nice outside. So remember how yesterday I said I couldn't get the poles out of the ground because they were frozen? They're out of the ground. They're no longer frozen. Indiana's down to 8 with 4 minutes to go.
Well, our weather is pretty decent until the 19th, and after that, it just kind of goes downhill.
you might have to let Chris out, Ken. I don't think he can hold it much longer.
And Tuesday the 18th, we're supposed to be 27 degrees above with a low of -8 that night, and then the 19th, we're a high of 3.
Oh my
A low of
goodness.
14. So.
Hey Jim.
18th,
Hey,
the
Are you
18th
having
is our
some
nice
lighting
last day.
issues?
I'm sorry?
Are you having some lighting issues?
No, it's just a question of finding the auto exposure is not quite right, and
Whoa,
I just can't quite deal with
you
having it being that bright.
get some stuff, that fluorescent stuff from Kerry, remember?
Yeah, I've got plenty of the LED stuff going on.
Mm.
Hey, Jim.
Hey,
Hey,
How you doing?
so what did I miss?
A lot. You haven't been in any of Ken's streams for quite a while.
I
Well,
think he was referring specifically to tonight, Alex, but nothing.
I
moving
know,
all over the board
I know.
like always.
I'm just playing around.
Have you ever seen an inner tube with too many holes, Jim? Well, here you are. This is what you missed.
Well, had me a job interview yesterday. It went very well, better than I expected. I answered every technical question they asked perfectly.
I told you not to ask, Jim, but you asked.
Yeah, okay. I looked at the stream very briefly. What was the discussion about Thunderbird?
Jeff, you're on.
Oh, I had a hell of a time getting Thunderbird to work on my old computer today. I had to reset up everything after I restored from my yesterday's disaster. And
okay, well, I'm not aware of yesterday's disaster, but
well,
whatever.
I got locked out of my own local account. And I had to delete the account and start over. My password wouldn't work. I went into the administrative account, killed the password. That wouldn't work. And I got a message that I was restricted on the times I could log in, which should only show up if you have a family group set up with everybody using Microsoft logins. And I have only local accounts on that machine. So I just killed the account. It did let me save all my files in a special folder in the administrative desktop. So after I tried once or twice to recreate my local account, I was able to move all the files back, but that left a lot of loose ends to pack up. And when I tried to set up Thunderbird today, thought I had it all set up, and I kept getting this weird message that it wasn't working.
Isn't Thunderbird?
After some Google search, I found out that you cannot use the same password as you use for logging in on the web to places like Outlook and Yahoo. You have to go to their security tabs after you log in on the web and make what's called an app password.
Oh, Christ, yeah, AOL did that to me. Jesus,
so,
I went livid on them. I absolutely went completely apeshit.
Well, I sort of knew that, but it had been so long since I set this up, I had forgotten. So once I figured that out, then everything started working again. But it was a pain in the behind.
Isn't Thunderbird like Firefox where you can back up user profiles and things?
I don't know.
Honestly, all you have to do really is copy the folders. It's all plain text stuff.
Yeah, I thought you
Right.
could.
Well, that's what I do. I had everything on external drives, all the folders and everything. So, but the profile folder changes when you reinstall and make a new account. So you have to figure out where it is, but that's not too difficult. But at any rate, I finally got my act together and got it running on my old machine. Now I got to stick it on my new build because I'm going to try and move most everything over here eventually. But I've got a system where I can transfer email files back and forth between machines using Thunderbird, which use Thunderbird. But you have to be careful not to get out of sync or you can lose emails.
So you don't leave them on the server?
No, I don't.
No.
Neither do I. I don't do that either. But what I do is I tell it to leave at least the last 30 days on the server, so that, and I have like 4 or 5 machines that I check my email on, including my phone. So that way, it should be enough of an overlap that nothing gets deleted or missed.
I still haven't put email or Facebook on my phone, and I still don't miss it.
I don't do email on the phone. I just refuse. I don't want to be interrupted. I mean, it's bad enough when you get other interruptions on the phone. I mean, and it's like all the YouTube stuff. I mean, since it's an Android phone, it's just there.
You could do.
I get the beep, 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 you know.
You could do what I do. You could do what I do, Jeff, and just go in and I disable, unless it's my text messages or my Facebook Messenger messages, or my doctor's app that they use.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only apps that I allow to send me notifications on both my phone and my tablet. Every other app, including email, is blocked because I can go to my email and manually refresh it on my phone and look at the email.
Only time I ever did email on the phone was 4 years ago when I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and I had my phone with me, so I read them there. I didn't download anything. I just let them pile up, and then when I got home, I fixed it. But I do get Facebook Messenger on my phone. I have stopped Facebook itself from running. I just refuse to do that on the phone.
Yep, I don't do Facebook on the phone either. Just on my tablet and on the computer. But I do have Messenger installed on the phone, so I can still do video.
Well, I let Messenger run on the phone, and I use Messenger really very little. And so when something happens, like when I got the thing from Ken on there, I knew it was something worth looking at because I hardly communicate with anybody over Messenger.
I have a few of friends from school that I communicate with on Messenger, but for a while I would get those chain messages of people saying share this and share that through Messenger.
Yeah, well,
I haven't gotten that in quite a while.
I don't do that stuff. I mean, I don't do the copy and paste thing on Facebook or whatever.
I don't either, but I would get those messages, but I haven't gotten any in quite a while now. So.
In fact, I rarely get onto Facebook anymore.
Jim?
Most of the people I was connecting to were old high school acquaintances of either myself or my wife. And our politics are just so different that I just don't want to get into an argument with somebody. It's not worth ruining a long-term friendship arguing over some stupid political thing. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions.
I never have to worry about reconnecting with old high school people. As I never want to see any of those people ever again. Quite frankly,
Jim?
I really don't have any interest in seeing any of those people that I graduated high school with either. But I'm still friends with them on Facebook. Now if I saw them in Walmart, would I recognize them? Probably not.
Jim?
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
Thunderbird right now comes back down from Thunderbird.net. Did it always come down from there, or did it come down from Mozilla?
Oh, I've always gone to Mozilla.org and then just follow the links there.
Yeah, I go to the FTP site that they still have.
Yeah,
they still have an FTP site?
Yeah, it actually sends stuff out as HTTP, but the web address is ftp.mozilla.org.
Yeah.
I thought I went there and I couldn't find the link. I don't know.
I get both Firefox and Thunderbird there, but officially Thunderbird is not funded by Mozilla anymore. They have separate funding, but Mozilla still lets them keep their files on the Mozilla server.
Yeah, if you put Mozilla Thunderbird into Google, the very first link it's right there.
Right. But when you start up Thunderbird, they make the pitch for money, and they include the fact that they don't receive anything from Mozilla anymore. So anyway, so long as it still works, I'll use it. If they quit working, I'll have to figure out something else. I do not like Outlook itself.
How come? Outlook. I refer to it as Outhouse because of all the shit.
I just don't like email apps that have a proprietary binary format to store all your stuff.
Agreed. With PTS or easily.
So now when I was working, I had a way around that. At work, we had to use Outlook, but I also had a copy of Adobe Acrobat Pro at work, which would connect to Outlook, and I could store all the emails as PDF files, including attachments.
That sounds messy.
Actually, it just, when you installed it, hooked right up, and it actually was pretty slick. But now that I'm not working anymore and have no likelihood of ever going back to work, I just want something simpler. I'm having a senior moment. I can't remember the old email app I used years ago at work. before I went someplace where we had to use Microsoft stuff. But the stuff in that one, some of it got incorporated into what's now Thunderbird, but I can't remember all the
God, yeah, Jesus.
predecessor stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember what it used to be either, come to think of it, but I vaguely remember it, yeah.
It
Yeah,
was done by, what's the phone company that starts with Q? Cell phone company?
Quest.
Q-Link.
What?
Q-Link.
Quest.
There's a company that manufactures cell phones. His name starts with Q, I think.
Q-Link
Oh,
wireless.
okay. Qualcomm made
Yeah.
this software years ago. Or sponsored it somehow.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
Google.
Jesus, I've been using Thunderbird for so long, I can't remember what its predecessor was. I know there was one, but I can't remember what it was called.
I think it was called Lightning, wasn't it?
Eudora.
Was it Eudora?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I used at work before I went out into the real world where everybody started using Microsoft stuff.
Okay.
Not all of it, but pieces of Eudora got incorporated into Thunderbird at some point. Eudora quit. Qualcomm stopped making the commercial version in 2006. And they sponsored, it says here, this is Wikipedia, they started working on a new open source version based on Mozilla Thunderbird. And they were going to call it Eudora OSE, but it stopped in 2010. And then at that point, they advised everybody to go to Thunderbird. And I think pieces of Eudora ended up in the what's now Thunderbird since they had started doing an open source version. I don't know what pieces exactly.
Did Catherine leave?
Nope, he's still here.
Nope.
No, I'm here.
She just is
Alex,
sitting there quietly listening to all the nonsense the rest of us are spouting.
Alex, I'm curious. Alex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you miss the friendly and warm discussion that Catherine and Doug had about Windows Mail? And you came up and you said, let's run Windows 10 Mail? I'm just curious, lad. Did you miss that?
Say that again.
Did you miss the warm and friendly discussion that Catherine and Doug had concerning Windows 10 Mail?
You mean the Windows 10 Mail app? I guess I did. I don't remember that.
When Ken was going on about the BCC with all the links and everything.
You mean on Saturdays? You mean on Doug's Saturday live stream?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I guess I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I was in the other room eating when they were discussing that.
But yeah, then you would have known better than to bring up Windows 10 Mail.
Well, I apologize.
No, I mean ignorance is bliss, you know.
Well, I don't use it. I don't use it myself, but it was just a suggestion. I've gotten to where I pretty much only check or Outlook, a business email account that I set up for my dad's business, and for people to send me questions and whatnot too, and my Gmail, and I do that just through the website. I don't bother setting up Thunderbird, although I do have it on my computer.
I'm not going to be.
Thunderbird
Well,
and
the next time you have an urge to say Windows 10 Mail, clamp it.
Well,
Yeah,
I haven't bothered to set up. I also have, since I have Office 365, I also have Outlook installed, since it installs all that automatically. My mom uses it with the ISP email, only because that's what she's used since version 2003. But I don't use it either. I just go to open up the Chrome, go to gmail.com or whatever, but I do have the apps and the Outlook and the Gmail app installed on my tablet and phone.
I just asked whether you missed the conversation, that's all.
He didn't want the explanation, Alex. He just wanted a yes or a no.
Well,
Give me 5 seconds of my stream, please. I'm going to go ahead and end the YouTube stream. We're at 2 minutes, 29
yes,
seconds.
I know. I'm bad. I'm bad about that.
Apparently
Rick.
I'm not gonna-
I'm bad about giving an explanation if people only want a yes or no. Why the hell will you kick me out of it? I don't know if you meant to, but you put me in the waiting room. Did I say something wrong? Question mark. I think you accidentally put me in the waiting room instead of ending the YouTube stream.
Today.
Somebody's at the door.
I let Alex back in.
Silly little love songs. Let them in.
Yep, I let him in. I wanted to get the stream stopped, so I got the stream stopped. I let him back in. Now I'm going to continue doing what I was doing while you guys talk about the Gmail discussion you were having.
That wasn't a discussion, that was an all.
Oh, whoops, I'm not supposed to bring that up.